Hi everyone, we have three major central bank meetings coming up this week from the US, Japan and Switzerland. So I thought it made sense to check the state of play with the US dollar Japanese yen and the US dollar Swiss franc forex pairs from a fundamental and technical analysis perspective. I'll also run through the economic calendar so you know what to look out for. GKFX Cambodia presents the week ahead. As far as the economic calendar goes, watch out for a positive surprise on US PPI, given the other strong inflation figures we've had out of the US, especially with the rise in the price of oil. CPI out of Germany has less relevance right after last week's ECB meeting. Industrial production and retail sales out of China will be important for the Chinese yuan, especially in the context of the shock RRR hike to try and curb its rise. The big ones all come at the end of the week. That's the Federal Reserve first on Wednesday, followed by the Swiss National Bank on Thursday, then the Bank of Japan on Friday. I'll discuss them all more momentarily. And guys, can I just ask that if you're enjoying the video, please make sure you give a quick tap of that like button. So as far as the dollar goes, we have clear inflation pressures on one side, which are maybe abating, and a dovish Fed on the other side, which is getting closer to tapering its QE program. Looking at the charts with the choppy sideways and low volatility price action, you can see the uncertainty about inflation and the Fed reflected. Let's take the dollar Swissy chart first. There was a massive rally in February through April when bond yields were rising and people were preparing for high inflation. Since then, the price has come right back close to where it started 2021 and has been attempting a bottom in the past 3 weeks under the big 0.90 level. It's hard to see how much of this has to do with the Swiss National Bank, which doesn't seem to be directly intervening in the foreign exchange market as much. In my judgment, the SNB will be probably one of the last central banks to lift interest rate, which means it's all about the timing of when the Fed lifts off zero interest rates that affects the US dollar Swiss franc. The dollar yen chart is also showing consolidation after the big rally through April. There was a sharp correction and then we have been nudging up towards April high again in what has become a roughly 300 pip sideways range. It's notable that bond trading volumes in Japan hit a 2-decade low last week. That basically shows traders don't think the BOJ will add or remove policy stimulus anytime soon. So then, before I sign off, what about the Fed? I think the way we can look at the Fed policy is like the Titanic. They need to turn the ship of money printing around before there is a crash. I suspect what we see is, finally at this meeting, the Fed discussed tapering but set no specific time frame for when or how it would happen. That could see a small bullish shock in the US dollar, but it's too soon to tell if it would be enough to put a top in other major currencies and turn the trend back dollar bullish like it was from February through April. Right, thanks everyone. Good luck trading this week and make sure to click on subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of The Week Ahead.